Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well, you amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. Yes, we seem to have somehow managed to get another cat. This one behind me here, which is another one to add to our ever-growing collection. And it's definitely not as destructive as the Maine Coon, as you can see. Definitely not pulling the tablecloth about, and I'm sure that, yes, we'll see how this goes. What do you want? Anyway, I hope you're all well. You're looking absolutely amazing on this terrific Tuesday. And what are we talking about in today's video? Well, we are, of course, talking about Erica Kirk. And that will be not in this video. We'll be talking about Erica Kirk later. We're talking about Candace Owens in this video because we've all been waited with bated breath because she was going to set the world on fire. She was going to be telling us all. You know, she said, you heard it, Charlie had been betrayed by everyone. Everyone. I was sitting there, I was waiting, I tell you. I was sitting there and I had my popcorn, I had a notebook. I had everything ready. I had everything that you could possibly need to be ready to show the world. We was going to know everything. And what did I learn? Because this is the reality of it. You have to think to yourself, what do you learn when you watch a video? And don't get me wrong, you might watch my videos and you may have already seen the stuff. Do you know what I mean? I get people in the comments saying, well, this ain't new news. We've already seen this. Well, yeah, that might be new news to you, prick. But someone else might not have watched what you did. And they might just come to me because I'm beautiful. Not that I can see myself because I ain't got my fucking glasses on. We'll get them on, shall we? So I can look like the dude from Up again. There you go. I look like a bit of a midget today, but I kind of moved my chair. How did I move my chair up, but I seemingly look fucking lower? I don't know how that works. So we adjust that ever so slightly. We can pull that down a bit. So we do that. Oh, we can do that. At least I look a little bit bigger. Don't look like a midget. So Candace Owens, she comes out, and what does she say? What do we learn? Well, I didn't really learn anything. Now, what I will say is, look, and someone else said it, I'd rather have a friend like Candace Owens than a wife like Erica Kirk. I think that's fair to say. Definitely, 100%. Because Candace Owens is like a dog with a bone, mate. Dog with a bone. Once she's got something in her head, she's going to go for it, and she's got a massive platform. So if there is things happening, and there are things that need to be exposed, then Candace Owens is likely going to be someone who could potentially do it. She has the power to do it. Obviously, some of that doesn't go well, Macaron, and things like, not everything goes well, and we can all get things wrong, including Candace. She's not impervious to mistakes. Things can go wrong. But there does come a point where you watch videos and you're like, I'm tired of the carrot. You know, the carrot and stick. Well, I feel like I'm being fed too much carrot now. That makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. So let's first of all just put something into context, because Candace Owens did share some text messages between her and Charlie. Now, I don't know whether she actually said when these were about, but it's fair to say that at some point, Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens were very close. Now, I don't know whether that closeness and how close they were went right up to when Charlie Kirk lost his life, because there's mixed kind of feelings around how their relationship truly was at the point when Charlie Kirk sadly was assassinated. But she did share some messages. Let's have a quick look at these just in case you haven't seen them, and listen to what they say, because this is where Charlie Kirk will seemingly, and we'll talk about it, but he seemingly predicts his own demise.
Or Kanye tweeted, I love the way Candace Owens thinks, which is relevant because a lot of things changed after that tweet. And it's relevant because Charlie sensed that something big was about to happen. And I think that is what the something big was. I also want to say, obviously, I am not making up these messages. Okay. Turning point Actually, Mikey McCoy has access to all of Charlie Kirk's messages. They can tell you that these ones are real.
Mikey McCoy, by the way, if you're unfamiliar with some of these names, Mikey McCoy is the guy who's in the viral video, which is him walking away, a bit like Craig David.
I'm walking away from the troubles in my life.
Do you know what I mean? He's seen after Charlie Kirk kind of just skulking away. That would be him, the chief of staff. So,
Craig David.
But yeah, let's carry on. These are some text messages. They're obviously, Candace is saying these are real text messages. I don't think anyone's disputed that yet. But let's listen to these messages.
Here's what he wrote. We're again talking about Kanye. Charlie wrote to me, "You're going to be the Iron Lady of America." He had such a political vision for me. I never wanted that sort of a thing. I see it so freaking clearly. I might be Moses, though. I might not see this whole thing through. LMAO. If that is the case, be my David. I said, dude, you haven't even realized your power yet. You're so young, is what I was thinking. He said, if I tell you the true prophecy that I know in my gut, it's really sad, but I hope it's wrong. He went on to say, anyway, I am not sure if I will live to see the end of this revolution.
So you get the drift there. We don't need to listen to her completely speaking about him. Hold on. Hello. I'm waiting for him to rip, or her. That's a her. That's a British short hair. That is Luna. Yeah, so they're sort of saying about him foretelling his own death. And I think to myself, so did I learn anything new about that? No, we didn't learn anything new about that. It's something that Charlie Kirk had said, has been referenced multiple times, that he kind of feared that the world with which he placed himself amongst... We get it. Not going to let me get you, are you? The world that he put himself amongst came with its risks. And those risks, obviously... Look what happened. Look what happened in the end. Look what happened. So I didn't learn anything. That isn't something that I learned through watching Candace Owens. It's not like I walked away thinking, well, fuck me. I didn't realise that this was the case. I didn't know. But anyway, let's just look at what the media are talking about with respect of what Candace Owens had to say. And then I just want to finish on something, right? As you do have to be careful now. Candace Owens' fierce message for TPUSA. Those surrounding Charlie Kirk during his murder, I want war with all of you. Candace Owens said that she wants a war with Turning Point USA and everyone that surrounded Charlie Kirk on the day of his assassination. Candace Owens has said that she wants a war with Turning Point USA and everyone that surrounded Charlie Kirk on the day of his assassination. I don't know why we read that twice. Owens made her remark during her podcast on her YouTube channel declaring, "I want war with all of you." And it says, Owens said people can go ahead and write about her and revolt in whichever way they want to, but she is determined to figure out what the hell happened on September 10th. Kirk 31 was allegedly shot dead by Tyler Robinson, I don't think so, during an appearance at a campus event in Utah. Robinson was apprehended just 33, not 33, more like 39, and it weren't the FBI's fantastic work that did it. He handed himself in. So I don't know why Kash Patel keeps pushing this like this is some fucking amazing FBI win, because it ain't. But he allegedly fatally shot Kirk in the neck. And it says, in a podcast, Owen said, so allow me to be very explicit. Okay, I want a war with all of you. Okay, all of you. And there's a reason I'm going to get that reason a little bit. I'm going to get to that reason in a little bit. And it says, I want more war with all of you, she continued. More with all of you. So write your articles, issue your statements, email the White House, reach out for your comments, okay? Obviously, people are reacting to this shit all over the place, pretty much like I am. Let me just move my screen slightly. Again, I look like a midget there. Owens added, say whatever you want to say about me. I want more with all of you because I know this isn't right. And there is no way you're going to convince me and the rest of the world that all of this is normal. We're not just going to keep on going and jump into a succession plan. We're going to figure out what the hell happened on September 10th. Now, I was very careful for people to understand what could be happening here. Now, again, I premised this video with, I'd rather have a friend like Candace than a wife like Erica. And when she references like this succession plan, there does seem to be a very strong succession plan. And who is at the helm of it? Well, of course, who's at the helm of it is Erica Kirk. Some crazy stuff going on at the moment. We're going to talk about that later. But make no bones about it, the Charlie Kirk death... Hello? The Charlie Kirk death is one of the, if not the most talked about and virulent stories all over social media. And Candace Owens resides in social media. She is part of social media, a massive great following, and when she does a video, it gets millions and millions of views. And views equals money. And look, I'm not trying to criticise Erica Kirk for making money. I sit here, I'm in media, I'm in social media, and I make money through ads when I do content. That's how we get paid. So, look, this isn't a criticism, but this is a warning that it does get to the point where you either have to shit or get off the pot. And with respect of this Charlie Kirk story and Candace Owens, is I think, and I regretfully say this because I want Candace Owens to be the person who comes out and fixes things. You know, I feel like Charlie Kirk was a huge loss. And this ain't about a political left and right. This is about who Charlie was, what Charlie did, what he allowed, and the fact that he was a father and a husband. Poor bastard. And, you know, it was a loss. He was a loss. He is irreplaceable. Despite what anybody thinks, Erica Kirk ain't going to replace him. There ain't going to be nobody that replaces him. Even that other little twat who flies around in fucking private jets. He ain't going to fucking replace him, is he? Do you know what I mean? So when you've got people like Candace, who has got a previous friendship with him, so many people lean into that because they think Candace has got this connection to Charlie. She's got the power. She's like a dog with a bone. She's a dragon. She's going to fucking scorch the earth. Some people are even in the comments talking about the way that Erica Kirk behaves in the aftermath of Charlie's death and how Candace does. And you can leverage that because you can think to yourself, well, people have got so much faith in Candace and what she's going to do. But I think Candace made a mistake because Candace, only a few days ago, after saying, and look, everybody deserves a fucking holiday, and if she's really, really struggling with the loss of Charlie, you know, she says that she's going to not stop until she gets to the bottom of it, then she fucks off for 2 weeks. And as she's coming back, she's basically saying that everybody fucking betrayed Charlie. And you think, okay, if you've got proof of that, if you've got evidence of that, then show it. Show it. Let's have a look at the proof. Let's have a look at the evidence that he was actually betrayed. This individual did this on this day, and this is the proof to show it. Or you're just speculating like everybody else is. We can look at this situation. We're going to look at this story and think to ourselves, well, something don't fucking look right. But this is what I want to show you. And it's just, I'm just going to read an excerpt from this, okay? And it is owned by the audience, right? And it says, online audience have become increasingly radicalized by predatory algorithms pushing conspiratorial, schizophrenic narratives, and content creators are rewarded for feeding into them. And what does that mean in a nutshell? It basically means that when a creator looks at his audience or her audience, you can see what they really like, what they really want, and the more you offer that to them, the more views that comes back to. And they say, don't they? They say you can share a sheep 1,000 times, but you'll only skin it once. And imagine you guys behind the screen watching us content creators. Imagine the difference between getting shared and then getting shared again and being skinned. And what Candace is doing, she is skating on the edge of skinning her audience. And that's unfortunate because I feel that a lot of people are in the realms of this. And it says, identities are not formed in a vacuum. They're shaped by the expectations of our communities. As a result, we often subconsciously shape our behaviours in ways that we believe will be rewarded by these same communities. Of course, these rewards and the social validation that comes with them are highly addictive. Bit by bit, our old persona can be chipped away until we no longer resemble who we once were. And I bet I could ask you, think about Annie Elise, for instance. How many people out in the community can look back to Annie Elise's earlier content and then look at it now and think to yourself, yeah, the way that things have happened and the way that she grew and got in with certain entities, it really changed who she was. And I'm not saying that that's good. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just using her as an example because I used to watch Annie Elise and I don't anymore. I think that there's a lot of creators who are influenced. They are manipulated and they do change. And I just hope that Candace Owens has not just gone into this realm of, I can just keep sharing my audience, as in buzzing off the wool, and I'm not going to skin them, because once I've skinned them, then where do I go with that? What do we do once we've skinned them? Skinning, that you might get one viral video, but then you can't go back to sharing them. Do you know what I mean? And I hope you understand that analogy. And I don't need to read any more of that. I think you get the point. So for me, it is just a case of Candace Owens, either shit or get off the pot. If you've got information, share the information. Because from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, we're just kind of talking around in circles and we're just looking at what is out there. So I saw another comment that basically, and I'm paraphrasing, I'll put the comment on the screen, but it's saying that we're just going over the same stuff, kind of over and over again. And a lot of what Candace Owens is saying is influenced by either what's on the internet already and what people are saying, and what are kind of the common themes and thinking patterns of those that are following this case. And it seems to me that Candace Owens is just, and I could be wrong, I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm a content creator. I am a content creator, and I'm looking through this lens of looking at another person and thinking to myself, is that person truly, when I look at a video, am I learning something completely new about this case? Am I being showed evidence, shown facts, shown things that are getting me closer to learning what happened to Charlie Kirk? Or am I just staring at someone who is leading the charge in those that are trying to find out, but have the same sort of conduits to evidence that we do? So are speculating just on a bigger, broader, brighter scale. Does that make sense? Anyway, love you all. This ain't a hate track, because I hope that she comes to fruition and she blows it. And don't get me wrong, the size of her channel and the ferocity that she shows, she is someone who can certainly bring this to bed. But I just hope in my heart of hearts that is where this is leading. And we're not just going to keep seeing carrots all the time. I'm bored of carrot. I like meat and potatoes. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit the notification bell, all that jazz. I'm out of here. I'm going to go and see what the cat has fucked up. And I shall catch you all later on today, where we're looking at the rise of Erica Kirk, as she's on quite a journey. Love you all. Mwah.